Fairy tale, fairy tale, fairy tale. So, it's been about a month since I've talked about the fairy tale manga. It is what it is. I just haven't been talking about it. And, damn. So, I caught up, and I believe there's spoilers out for the next chapter as well, which will probably drop tomorrow or maybe tonight or whatever. But I'm going to give my thoughts on the last, I want to say 4 chapters ever since we got the beginning of the fight of Natsu and the Dragon Slayers versus Acnologia, as well as the outside, everybody else, Erza, Lucy, and all of them against the physical form of Acnologia, because par for the course with Fairy Tail, whatever, it is pretty much that there's convoluted shit of like, oh, Acnologia, his spiritual form is here, his physical form is there's 2 different fights or whatever, and it's like, damn, so Fairy Tail really is going out with a very, very bad taste in the mouth of many, because I ain't gonna lie, I mean, from top to bottom, from Ichiya and Anna surviving yet again because the Ravenous of Time didn't care about them, so he threw them out, and oh my gosh, just oh my gosh, I don't know, I don't know no more. Like, I feel as though it's a good thing to a certain degree, and it's good in a certain aspect, because I do get it that people still, regardless of what they love, Fairy Tail, and I will still say that I'm a fan of Fairy Tail. I own most of the anime, I bought a bunch of the manga and shit like that, so I'm a fan, but I'm a very disgruntled and disappointed fan at what went down with Fairy Tail, because this final fight against Acnologia is just like, what? What the fuck? Natsu, he's apparently not able to use magic against this guy, but somehow it's like, it's just so convoluted, and I don't really feel like getting all analytical with it, because it's like, at this point, is there really any need to? Is there really any need to go deep into analysis on breaking this shit down? Because it is what it is. You got on one side of the spectrum the fight against the physical form of Acnologia. Motherfuckers is literally holding hands and trying to stop him by holding hands, essentially. So the big villain of the entire series is about to get bodied by a bunch of people holding hands. What? And Erza, I'm gonna weaken him, and the idea of putting him on a ship, all of it is just fucking ridiculous. Like, this final fight against Acnologia is ridiculous and super, super disappointing. There were so many, I wouldn't have given a fuck if it was just like very cliche, very predictable, but it would have been 100 times better if it was just Natsu and Zeref. Zeref didn't die or something like that. Natsu and Zeref together slaying this motherfucker. Something along the lines of that, I would have been cool. Or if it would have been a really, really, really dope battle with all of the Dragon Slayers and Natsu going at it, and they really, really went in and shit like that, would have been cool too. I mean, the very first appearance when all of the Dragon Slayers broke out of their shells or whatever, and they were getting ready to fight, that was kind of cool. Little squad lineups, all the Dragon Slayers, even though I still say to this day, why the fuck? I mean, they got a reason now. It's like the only way that Acnologia could basically get back to himself is that he needed the power of the Dragon Slayers, blah, blah, blah. But I still say, my gosh, getting all of the Dragon Slayers, the people that can beat you all in one space, seems convenient that, oh, there's a particular reason why he had to do that or whatever, and it's like, if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen I wrote, caught up to Fairy Tail, because that's how I feel about what's been going down. Now, there's still a few chapters left. I want to say, as of the recording of this video, there's either 2 or 3 chapters left. There's, I believe, the finale. The next chapter is going to wrap all of this shit up, apparently, and then probably 2 chapters to wrap up the entirety of the story. I don't know how it's going to wrap everything up, because there's still some relationships I need to be solved and stuff like that, but regardless of what, honestly, to put it again, because I don't want to keep on running around in circles, the fight with Acnologia and both sides of the spectrum has just been disappointing. The fight with the Dragon Slayers is like, all of a sudden, Natsu can use magic. It looks like he's about to one-shot this motherfucker in the end of the latest chapter or whatever, so we'll see if that happens. And on the other side again, Lucy finding this book, you know what I'm saying, to use this magic that only Mavis knew, to, use this sphere that they used in the Tenrojima at the end. She found it in what seems like an instant. It's like, I checked every book and I found it, the exact spell that we need or whatever. And then we got, Erza slaying him down and everything, and he's supposed to be going absolutely crazy. Like, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I do not like how this final fight against the Acnologia has gone down. I'm disappointed. I'm like, really, Fairy Tail? We couldn't at least go out with a nice bang. We're going out with a very disgustingly disturbing whimper. We still got 3 chapters. Who knows what could happen in the last 3 chapters? I want to say 3 chapters. It might be 2, but I don't know. I know the spoilers out for the next chapter, whatever. And it's like, maybe something can change to give us at least a little glimmer of hope of like, hey, there's something good in the end of all of this. But as of right now, it's like, it was a waste. Acting Logia, his prime. Well, when he was in Temple Jima and we found out that he took Gildart's arm and leg, and, everybody was trying to stop him and they really couldn't and shit like that, that was cool, whatever. At this point, it's kind of like, Acting Logia, as strong as he's supposed to be, having the ravenous of time, it looks like friendship, yet again, the par for the course of Fairy Tail is going to stop everything and solve everything. So, just... I'm not going to keep talking about this all day. I want to know what you guys think about this, though. How do you feel about the finale? Again, there's 1 chapter to solve all of this, and then 2 chapters to wrap up the story. How do you feel about the fight against Acting Logia? Do you think that it all is perfect? Or just your thoughts on general, like Ichiya and Anna surviving, Natsu and the Dragon Slayers. All of a sudden, looks like Natsu's about to KO this motherfucker. Everybody holding hands to seal Acting Logia. Like, do you think it's good? Do you like it? Personally, I don't like it. I'm like, wow. This is the way we're going out. And your overall thoughts on what seemingly is going to be the finale of Fairy Tail. Again, 2 or 3 chapters left and it's all over. I'm really curious to see because it's been a long ride. I've been reviewing this shit, no lie, since 2012. The very first chapter I reviewed was terrible. I know, I started in the worst place possible. The Grand Magic Games, Lucy versus Flare, if I'm not mistaken. One of the people from that bad guild or whatever. It was like, that was actually a decent chapter to start off with because that was actually one of the better or best points of that arc or whatever, but that's neither here nor there. Just saying, 5 years with Fairy Tail, and it's seemingly almost all over. It's fucking crazy. I know there's people that have been even longer than that. Some people, they'll say they've been watching Fairy Tail from the very start. I started with Fairy Tail with the anime, with the dub, and I know I'm kind of getting off track, but I'm just giving you a little idea of, like, I've been with Fairy Tail for a while. When I first watched it, I ain't gonna lie, I fell in love with Fairy Tail. I loved Fairy Tail when I first got into it, when I watched, like, the first 12 episodes dubbed, because I got into Fairy Tail with the English dub of the anime. That's how I got introduced to Fairy Tail. I really got into it, and I thought it could have been something big. I thought this could have been something on the level of like a Naruto or something along the lines of that, where it's like, hey, that's a popular shonen that does some pretty cool shit, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't go that route, and we went through many different themes of this shit, of just like, why can't we just have a very nice thought out battle that solves everything, with us saying, hey, maybe I didn't like the way things went out, but it wasn't that bad. Instead, we get this. This is how it all goes down. Let's hope that Acting Logia doesn't get one-shotted, but it looks like holding hands and some BS with Natsu is about to take him out. Like, ow, wow. I said ow. It hurt. Ow. Overall thoughts of all this. Fairy Tail, almost over. 2-3 chapters left. What the fuck, bro? Like, But I guess that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm Funeverworld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. 2-3 chapters left. I'll be here to talk about them, but man, what a fucking train wreck to the end. Have an awesome one.